Here we are yet again, another wonderful, wonderful day. Every single day is your day. Every single day is an opportunity to make the most of it and become whoever you want to become, whatever that may be for you. Everything that we create in our reality begins with the mind, begins with how you're thinking. It begins with how you feel. So always consider that. I wanted to touch today on a topic that I feel is probably the most talked about issue anywhere. And that is, what foods should we eat? How do we become healthy? And most importantly, what's our purpose? Like, is there a God? Is there a creator? Were we just created through evolution? There's so much uncertainty that you're not going to get the answers, in my opinion, just by reading it in a book or watching a video on YouTube. All of those answers, even in regards to what to eat, everything's within. I believe that we have just been so disconnected to understand that. Now, oftentimes, you're never going to find two people with the same exact theory of life, or nutrition, or how to be healthy. And I believe it's that way for a reason, because we are all here experiencing life for ourselves. Not for our kids, not for our parents, not for our friends and family, but for ourselves. So it's going to vary person to person. And that's okay. The beautiful thing about life is the uniqueness. Being able to understand that you technically can do whatever you want to do. You can be whoever you want to be. You can say whatever you want to say. You can think whatever you want to think. So, to try to put individuals in a box, it's not going to happen. It never will happen. And it obviously has never happened. So, I'll share with you today my own opinions. You can take it, you could leave it, you could learn from it, you can disregard it. I really don't give a shit. The point is, sometimes we learn by listening to others. Sometimes we learn by trying to understand another person's experience. So, let's begin with food. What foods are we supposed to be eating? That alone is such a broad way to look at. There's so many options, there's so many alternatives. And in reality, I personally now believe that it doesn't even matter anymore, because of the fact that we eat because it's a part of life. And however we were raised, whatever tradition we were a part of, wherever we're at in the world, that availability of food is going to change and vary. So don't look at it as right or wrong. Look at it from this angle. What does nature, what does Mother Earth, our existence on this planet, when you touch a hot stove, you'll burn yourself. If you step in front of a moving car, you'll get hit. There's no accommodations for those things. When you eat foods that destroy your body will be destroyed. When you eat foods that cause harm to the planet or to another being, those foods will destroy you. Those actions will destroy you. I know destroy is an intense word, but it's the reality of it. When you look at the suffering that we have brought upon ourselves in humanity, consciously or unconsciously, you realize that it's deep, and the push for foods that harm us and that bring destruction to the body, that's what's marketed. That's what's really being pushed to the masses. So come back to simplicity. We're the only species in existence that cooks their food. We're the only species in existence that eats man-created, chemically modified foods. We're the only species in existence that will destroy the earth, that will alter the air and water for the benefit of what exactly? It's a very confusing aspect of life, of reality. And it makes you think, well, is this what our Creator intended? And if it is, what's behind the curtains? What's the purpose of it? Is free will really a thing? Or is everything predetermined? There's so much involved in all of this that is so confusing. And oftentimes, you find yourself, whoever you are, you find yourself asking these questions because I believe we all have, just as a body functions the same, our minds also think the same. We experience emotion the same. Although it may change and vary person to person based off of experiences, but the beginning process is always the same. And if you look at a child, the innocence of a child, the love of a child, you realize that they don't have any anger or resentment or fear or hate. That's brought into them. So when you look at it like that, our minds, our lives, our existence can be altered and changed based upon our experiences, based upon who we're around, what we go through. So all I'm getting at is we often try to come up with an answer to all of this based on others, based on textbooks of information, based on what others tell us to believe, and it confuses everything, and it affects us in a very profound way, because it pulls us in 20 different directions. So ultimately, we need to find peace within ourselves. We need to do what we feel is right. If that includes eating meat and dairy and processed foods, then that's what it includes. If that means eating only raw, living foods, that's what it includes. Who's to say who's right or wrong? And that's the big thing right there to understand. Live and let live. If a person is suffering eating a standard American diet, and they decide at that point to change, and they find a remedy, they'll change mentally and emotionally. Let them. If a person is eating a certain way and they get cancer and they die, let them. That's a part of life. Is it over for them? Probably not. I don't think so. Actually, I know so. At least from my own experience. So, the message here is we have to respect individuality. We have to respect that we don't know the answers. We don't know who's right or who's wrong. If a person is suffering, they may seek help, they may not. It's a part of life. And I do believe at some point the answers will be revealed to us. And to be quite honest, most are living based on passed on traditions and based on passed down information of reality, controlled reality. So I just hope that individuals just enjoy their experience now. Just enjoy it. Whatever you're doing, just enjoy it. Eat what you want to eat. Do what you want to do. All I ask is you just do and remember one thing. Love. Give love. Love yourself. Understand that animals live, experience, love, reproduce just as we do. Don't take that away from them. If you understand that logic, then you realize, hey, you know what? I don't need to eat meat. I don't need to kill or be a part of the killing of billions of animals, billions of lives. That's the real logic to think about. So, take that into consideration. Hopefully, at some point, whether it be in this world or the next, we'll figure this all out. Hopefully have the opportunity to go through it and make better decisions and correct things that we need to correct. It'll be good. So with that being said, oh my goodness. This right here is this right here brings love to this man right here. And I want to share this with you guys. So, love yourself, love others, do good, think good, and take care of the planet we live on. That's pretty simple. We'll all benefit from it. Upside Down Consciousness, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Johnny Gonzalez. Love you guys.